Do you know what the number one question I've been asked in the last month? Why is Easter so late? No, that's number 2, but I'll answer it anyway. The reason Easter is so late is because Easter is on the Sunday following the first full moon after the vernal equinox. That puts Easter somewhere between March 22nd and April 25th. And if you don't know what Easter is, then I'd say check out a church this Sunday. Hello, I'm Jeff Maas, and welcome to All the Right Moves. Now back to the most common question. Will the rise in interest rates cause a market crash? And the short answer is no, it won't. However, we don't give short answers on this show. First, let's take a look at what rates are doing. Rates are higher now than just before the start of the pandemic. Look at this chart. It shows the increase in rates in just the last 3 months. Rates have jumped more than 1.5%. On a normal $500,000 purchase, that would be an increase in your payment of more than $300 per month. And what will rates continue to do? Well, no one knows for sure. But Lynn Kiefer, the deputy chief economist at Freddie Mac, says mortgage rates are likely to continue to move higher throughout the balance of 2022, although the pace of rate increases is likely to moderate. Much of the increase in rates in early 2022 is in anticipation of what will happen later this year, especially with the Federal Reserve interest rate policy. Rates have jumped up so fast in 2022 that Lynn expects the increases to go smoother from here on. And that's good news and allows for some stability. That sounds like an incredible bump, and it is. With rates and prices continuing to go up, you'd expect that prices have to drop. And there's really 2 parts to this. And one is home prices, and the second is home sales. Let's look at number 1. How have home prices reacted to the rise in rates in the last 30 years? If you look at the last 6 major increases, you'll see home prices continue to go up with the interest rates. How have home sales responded to interest rate hikes historically? The number of home sales during these same rate increases is mixed. Most of the time, sales drop, and that's what we would expect. But what were the rates during these times? Most increases are only about 1%, and in the 90s, we saw a 2% jump. And prices still went up, but sales dropped. And the key factor in both is how many homes are there for sale. Almost every time rates go up, it's because the economy is getting better and we're coming out of a recession. The difference now is we're coming out of an unstable economic recovery from the shutdown during COVID, but inflation is high. And the high rates, unstable economy, and high inflation will lead us to a recession. And it may be here sooner than we expect. The market's different than anything we've seen since the early 80s. During that time, Greenspan raised rates fast to control inflation. That pushed us into a recession, and then in about a year, things got better. Now the Fed mislabeled the inflation as temporary, and we're about a year behind. Actions need to be quick and decisive. We'll have to wait and see if we'll be in a recession with high inflation or in a recession with declining inflation. Meanwhile, home sales will slow a little and home prices will continue to go up. It'll take a few months for the market to equalize, and that means we'll have a larger inventory of homes to sell. And once the market switches to a buyer's market, we'll see home prices drop. And I've said before, there will be no widespread crash, and I still believe that. That doesn't mean things won't be rocky for the next year or so. And on that fasten your seatbelt note, that's it for our show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on All the Right Moves with Jeff Maas.